Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Go check out my website at skysworld.com for life coaching and mentoring. Let's philosophize a little bit. Let's talk about perception, human perception. I find this stuff weird because it's almost like a video game. When you're going through a video game and you're walking through an area, you know, it's each pixel, each item, around each corner, it's arising as you reach it, right? It doesn't really exist until you get there. It's just a computer program. But we live in what we think is reality, at least until we find out about the Matrix and pixelated universe, and that we're all living in a simulation. But for now, let's assume this is reality. Our reality gets put together as we see it. So when you look across the room and you see a bookshelf and a TV, as you see that, it arises. This is how it works. Your perception of the world, the only way that you know that's a bookshelf or that's a TV or that's a window, the only reason why you know what that is because of your memory. You have a memory. If you didn't have a memory, you wouldn't know what anything is. You'd look at it and just be like, whoa, what is that? You wouldn't even know what you're looking at. Your brain puts together the image as you see it from your memory. So it's really weird. You go through the whole world like this, and we may run upon scenarios, rarely, but we may run upon scenarios where we're looking at something we've never seen before. Maybe it's a fish in one of these deep sea documentaries, and you can just look at it and can't make heads or tails of it. It's just the weirdest thing you've ever seen because it's not already in your memory banks. You need these memory banks in order to create your world, and those memory banks create your world, but it doesn't create the entire thing. Your mind fills in the blanks. We have this very sophisticated ability to fill in the blanks. We fill in areas with information, and who knows where that information comes. It could come from your data banks and your memory banks. But we're a combination. Our perception is this combination of what our memory has for us in our data banks to piece together the world as we experience it, and our ability to fill in the blanks so we can get a complete picture of the world. Seeing the present moment, seeing reality, what's going on right now, is your own personal experience for this reason. And even if somebody's sitting right next to you, they're doing this same thing. Their entire perception of reality is based upon their own collection of memories and data banks, and then their own ability to fill in the blanks. And everybody has a different ability to do this, just like everybody can play basketball differently, everybody can draw differently, and everybody has different skill sets. So it gets really weird because you got to think, is our memory, is the past creating the moment of now? Is there anything actually right now? And the answer is yes. The stuff, you can feel things, you know, things exist. But your perception, it's how you respond to the world. It's how you react to the world. It's how you digest the world. And that is tied to the past. If you have no past, you can't have a moment of now that makes sense to you. You'll fall on the floor and everything is just crazy. You wouldn't even know what trees are, what walls are. You wouldn't know what anything is if it wasn't for this past memory. So then we have to start wondering, if this moment of now is affected by memory, and it's affected by this innate ability to fill in blanks so we can make sense of the world. We have a complete picture of a person, or of a landscape, or of the room that we're in, or of a theory that we're thinking about. We do this automatically. How much of our perception is clouded, manipulated, I should say, by our own emotional attachments, our own emotional dramas? Each one of those emotional dramas is like a filter over a lens, if you know anything about photography. Even with your little phone, if you're doing editing on your little video thing, and you can add little filters, and it'll make you look like a dog, or make chicks look hot, or whatever these filters do. You may be clouding your perception. This moment of now that you're living in, experiencing right now, may be absolutely clouded and be manipulated by yourself. You're doing this to yourself. Are you seeing clearly? And how much of our perception of reality, of what's really real, external reality, how much of that is just absorbing what's there? Like if you touch a rock or drink a glass of water, I mean, you're really experiencing that, but is the experience happening in the moment, or are you, even if it's a flash of a second, is it still always just a memory? Is the moment of now just a memory? It's food for thought.